Hello, the storyline reading is a storyline reading focused on if, as far as the partner that was a part of Malcolm's podcast. Did she know anything as far as something was going to happen to him soon? Because she did go to a bereavement training or whatever she went to. A week before or whatever that he died. So I just want to clear her name because that sounded a certain way to me, that she went to a bereavement, any kind of bereavement training or anything like that. Because usually people don't deal with anything like that until after something happened to a person. So I just wanted to know. So I'm the Red Slow One Healer Tarot 9 here on YouTube. So I want to clear her because that just didn't sound good to me. So the first card is that a neighbor wants Malcolm out of the community. A neighbor, a friend, a co-worker, a whoever, somebody, an enemy, whoever, wanted him out of the community, right? And the community is like out of entertainment, out of show business, or whatever you want to call it, right? You are not wanted. He was not wanted because of his truth, his appearance, or the sounds of him, okay? Number one card. Next one is somebody thought, strike that, he was going to come clean about things, follow me? With some face-to-face talk. So he might have been the kind that want to face you face-to-face and just talk and say things, tell it like it is, or some kind of way he talked to her as far as something. Okay, he created the walls of harm and safe for himself, and she did also for herself. So if he was in a space where it was harm, he create the walls of harm as far as being a place where it's harmful, or as far as him being in fusses with people, okay? So the next one is that she might have felt like he wanted to covet the show, or she might wanted to covet the show, right? But it says it set her off, follow me? So we have all that was written will come to light, right? So he might be like an older male cousin to her, or she might have an older male cousin. She might have felt like Malcolm was power plagued, or she was, right? So she had to make sure that Malcolm was an adult and don't just look like one, or he needed to make sure she is an adult and don't just look like one, because it could fool him. Because he was the kinkster and she wanted to supersize. So we have somebody who taking some kind of drug, whatever the drug, even if it's a sleeping pill, him or her, follow me? That's a bureaucrat, follow me? Or somebody else. So we have right here a money lover. So she is dealing with a money lover, or Malcolm was dealing with a money lover, or Malcolm was a money lover. Take it however it goes. So Malcolm was closing the blinds to other females because he is a married man. Follow me? So we have that Malcolm was planting a seed, a playful energy, right? As far as maybe communicating and getting along with his co-host on this podcast, right? So we have right here, she need to come clean, cleanse her mind, because she is acting doofy, like she don't know what's going on, or she just couldn't believe what happened to him, anything like that. So something was on camera, on the cell phone, on camera, outside, inside, or on the cell phone. Okay? So it says right here that she is dead, but we're going to turn it around and say he is dead, right? So this card right here says soul custody, and it says talk, right? So I'm gonna say this card different. She might want to sole custody of her show, of that show, because it say talk, and they was talking. It says she is dead, but we're gonna turn it around and say he is dead. Follow me? So he captured the opportunity at the lighthouse, right? Or she did. So she said she went to a bereavement place or something like that, or to go train or learn some training about bereavement. So it will go with this card right here. Because this is rehabilitation, church, hospital, Alcoholics Anonymous, drug treatment, or it can just go with bereavement. Follow me? Okay. She wanted to talk business some kind of way, I guess, with these people, or she did it for business, or whatever this might have been. She is going to be the best queen she could be. So let's see, did we shuffle or not? Okay, so we have right here that no more shortcuts. It was time for some kind of change. You will learn your lesson. So some kind of way, she is going to learn her lessons and not have any more shortcuts. So let's just say, so either her or Malcolm was dealing with a registered nurse and a doctor. Let's see, shuffle. It is obvious, though, that it was fake freedom that Malcolm felt he had. A toy freedom. He felt he was free to be able to be himself, to do his talking or whatever he was feeling like, being comfortable around her, right? Or just at that show, period. Let's not argue, right? So if they had disagreements, they didn't want to take it far any kind of way, or one of them was thinking something in their mind some kind of way. But he needed to beware of distractions, or she didn't want to have any distractions, follow me? That's what happened on their journey. Okay? So we have right here that Malcolm was around an idiot with idiot ways of thinking, a group of people, follow me? Where robbery, stealing of monies and different items was going on. But it was too late. Somebody felt, or he felt, as far as something. He was caring for, okay, water bed. So we got a water bed. So if he was actually at a hotel at the, if he is at the hotel, maybe it was a water view where he could see the water from the hotel, right? Or maybe his house was like that where he lived, I don't know. Or her house. That would be Miss Kelley, the co-host that he had. Because this is about her. I'm trying to clear her. Because that bereavement stuck with me a lot. So it made me have to do one for her to clear her. Okay, caring for the children. So either she was caring for somebody's children herself, or he was just caring for his own little girl. Okay, it was a burden, a chore, whatever. Okay, let's see. Or Malcolm himself was caring about people's children out here. As far as talking positive. Because he existed for a bigger reason than what people think. He is an earth angel person. He is ready to be guided to his path. So right here, that no more blaming things on money problems. She might have thought this might will help her. No more blaming things on money problems. Follow me? She is banking on it. That he was easy. So we have right here that this is a cop card, but I can change it around to a leader. Malcolm was a leader, or she was dealing with a leader who was what you call a pickpocket, or she was dealing with a leader, and that would be Jamal, and pretty much he might have been picking his brain. Let's see here. she needed to wean herself from a social skill that she had. Because some kind of way it was like a relapse took place. And it was like a war zone. So some kind of way, it might have been disagreement sometimes, some kind of way. Or inside her mind, she was thinking it, if she didn't voice it. Okay, Life Journey was calling for Malcolm not to be salary driven, or this lady, Miss Kelley. Right? We got 23, 32, or number 5. It's a sure thing that one of them should not be salary driven. So no campaigning for equal and all needed. So it wasn't no campaigning, and Malcolm wanted it to be where things be equal, fair, and he was campaigning for equal fairness in the city and the state, for the citizens, for the people. Follow me? Because it wasn't any kind of campaigning as far as what he was trying to go up against. Nobody else was standing up but him. Right? So we have right here, so he walked into it. So somebody was bird watching as far as what Malcolm was doing, right? He walked away. So somebody wanted Malcolm to make up his mind because he was captivating, right? So Malcolm had to unwant what needed to go because the lights was flashing to let him see he needed to unwant something that needed to go. So we got a person who is a brother, a co-worker, or whoever this is, was lying on a female, right? So if she thought any kind of way Malcolm was lying on her some kind of way about something, or she might have been lying to him about something, right? Or somebody was lying on one of them, on Malcolm or on her, Amanda, to break up, you know, the, what you call it? The collaboration they had as far as this podcast. So one of them was going to go before a judge and get 10 stop. Follow me? So Malcolm or her was fooling him or herself because she felt like she was being controlled by Malcolm, or she was being controlled by somebody else, or Malcolm felt like he was being controlled, right? So ducking wouldn't help Malcolm because somebody was good and mad and hot with Malcolm, because it was going to be court time, because it was an annoyance. So Malcolm could have been an annoyance to somebody, because we got the first card up there. Somebody didn't like the sounds of him and they wanted him out of the community, offline or wherever. They wanted him out, period. They didn't want him even talking. They didn't like the sounds of him. So we have right here, it was an annoyance, okay? So he was the annoyance, evidently. It was going to be court time, where he is taking somebody to court himself. Okay, he was a leader, and he was adored, follow me, a speaker. Let's see, with this one. We got number 71, somebody could be 71. We got 17, number 8. Something could happen in August. So no growth come from the same sex. So we got somebody who the same sex who your choices are your own. Somebody who the same sex who tried some kind of way to come on to him or liked him or anything like that. If not that, we got somebody who wanted to stop his growth. That means kill his life to stop him from growing. Okay? Somebody needed to do things in decency because they thought it was laughable. So it was some kind of fussing near greenery, outside, at the vacation, at the job, at the podcast, or wherever it was, right? Some kind of fussing with him and somebody by greenery, by house plants or whatever. So we have this right here, the nun giving a donation. So man went to pool, is dead at the phone bank. So let's just see, how is this one fitting in? So if she said she went to some kind of training for bereavement, some kind of way. So we know nuns are, it's like they pure convent. All of that goes together, convent. If you're going for bereavement, that's like church. That's like an area where it's like somewhat sacred. So she was going somewhere where people like positive, like nuns, people who give you love, give you hope. So she might have gave some kind of donation to get this training she was talking about at this bereavement place with a group of people who pretty much are the same that work at the place. So we have the man right here, man went to pose as dad. So he didn't go to the bereavement with her any kind of way, but maybe her focus was him when she went to that bereavement in the first place. Her focus was him. Because she didn't say that a loved one of hers died. Let's see. Let me just scroll a little bit. Universal about it. Okay, what is this? So she was coping with a disaster. Because if she did not achieve, it was not going to be coming for her, right? So she could be a water sign, don't have to be one. But he need to be aware of a water sign, or she need to be aware of a water sign, if not a Pisces. And she is going to see it for what it is, or Malcolm needed to see her for who she was, right? So come on and show me the town. Well, it is useless to fight about it. So, some kind of way Malcolm and her might have disagreed on something, some kind of way, whatever it might have been, as far as that podcast, something, before this bereavement came about, or whatever it might be, I don't know, right? So let's see. Next one is, she is needing more, not doing enough to make it happen. She had to stop thinking others knew more than her. Okay. Next one is number 43 or 34. Okay. She wanted to get her mind settled and be happy again. Follow me? Okay. So she might be a narcissist, or she got a sister that's a narcissist, or anything like that. She must hold herself responsible. If she got a sister that's a narcissist, her sister must hold her own self responsible and not blame her, blame Miss Kelley. But if this Miss Kelley card in dealing with Jamal here, she must hold herself responsible and not blame Jamal if she's the narcissist, right? So I have money out there, no. So she felt like she had money out there. So the next one is she was gathering up all kind of information and running all over top of him. Whatever it was. Gather up information. But they did gather up information, I guess, for their podcast they was doing together. But this is her to him, because I'm trying to find out if she is okay, get blamed. So this card said get blamed. So some kind of way, maybe she didn't want to get blamed, or she blamed him for something, or she didn't want to get blamed, or anything as far as getting blamed. So we have a court or trial or something was going to be coming up. Or he was going to take somebody to court, or whatever this is. It's a court and trial in 3 to 4 weeks, maybe. Okay? So let's see. He is there and he is vengeful, or she was there and she was vengeful. Sustaining himself at he was sustaining himself at shelter, was not his home, and that would be Jamal at the Costa Rica, Costa Rica, something like that, right? Somebody was there and they was vengeful because somebody might have blamed Jamal for it, whatever. So let's just play, because I'm trying to see as far as his co-worker, because of her going to the bereavement group, that stuck out to me, because you usually don't go to bereavement groups unless somebody died. You don't just go and be learning this and just going there. You just don't do that, and then a person died, you know, a week after or whatever. They don't usually go like that, because that looks like preparation. That looks like a form of preparation right there. If you're doing something and then something happened to the person the next week or whatever happened. It's like this preparation, like you knew already something was going to happen. Okay, let's go. So we got number 21 or number 12 or number 3. Okay. Malcolm was holding on to some dormant behavior, or she was, right? So we have right here that there's 2 females that need to lay off the sweet stuff that she know or he knew. Okay, so we got number 1. Does she know about it? So this lady, Miss Kelley, does she know about something what's going to happen to Malcolm? Believe what you wish, I'm making a change. Believe what you wish, I'm making a change. So some kind of way, she wanted to make some kind of change. She was going to make some kind of change. Whatever it was. As far as the podcast, I want what I signed up for. She want what she signed up for. She was nesting. I don't know what she signed up for. She needed to proceed with caution, but Malcolm needed to, because he had a builder path. So she got chummy with a support team, and she did say that she went to bereavement somewhere to learn something, right? Because she is living a pipe dream, and she felt it was a disturbance as far as her pipe dream, whatever she had planned maybe. So she might didn't tell him everything directly. She might have kept some things in her mind. Covering up, she was covering all her bases though. Something was plain and simple. Because Malcolm felt protected, but he needed to be overprotective of himself. He needed to take care of himself, right? So we have that he is in agreement with this lady, Miss Kelley, co-host or whoever she is, collaboration with her. But she wanted him to get an agreement maybe with something else, maybe. I don't know, something else. She wanted us to sign something else. Maybe whatever. It was programming as far as the job. People don't own the earth. Everybody do. So we have right here that she might wanted to control the podcast a little bit more. She felt she might have felt like he was controlling it. Or we had somebody over top of both of them that was controlling it, or whatever's going on here. Yes, you're on your path. So with Malcolm, yes, he was on his path as far as doing this kind of work. But yes, he on his path because he with God. He's in the spirit. It was now vital for him to get on if he wasn't on it, okay? So Malcolm or the lady, Miss Kelley, was eating some kind of meat, or the wife or somebody was eating some kind of meat with sauce, whenever it might have been, or might like cherries, might like cinnamon. So we grow like plants, right? And she was going to get everything she felt she needed. It was time for her to stop selling, she felt like. So his cologne penetrated the surface. It smelled good to her, I guess. So we have right here that he insinuated some sharp words to her, or she did to him. Okay, because it was some energy. She might like yellow. He might like yellow. One of them like red. Okay, so we got number 3, number 4, number 13. So we got number 12, number 21. So she is a workhorse, but he was a workhorse, and teaching children was his path. He was focused on children, and focused for kids. So getting there in one time, focused on getting there in time, something was far away, and that would be Costa Rica, going there. Okay, so we need some more cards for Malcolm and for Miss Kelley. I'm trying to roll her out. So she said about the bereavement, that's what's making me go her direction. And God backing it up right here, because she got to tell me with a support group right there. She's going to proceed with caution. Okay. Let's say universe, you know all about it. Okay. I want facts. I hear facts. I want facts. Well, Malcolm dealt with only facts because somebody wanted him out of the community. The sounds of him, they didn't want to hear his voice. They want him out of the community. They wanted him gone, period. Right? Okay, let's just go down there. Okay, so I hear 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4. So let's see. Okay, what is it? Malcolm was a trailblazer. So she wanted jointness with Malcolm because he was a trailblazer. Okay? So it was intense energy with a popular crowd because they had a podcast and they was dealing with people, whoever was looking at their podcast, and that would be the popular crowd. Right? So she was vibrant and she wanted him to stay with her. But he wasn't talking about leaving that I know of. He is, okay. Somebody confused. She was confused for a prostitute. Well, he was. And this card and this storyline just simply means somebody giving you something to get you to do something. It don't have to be romantic. It could be just to do something. Okay, if I give you $500, will you do this? Whatever it is. It could be meet me down the street. Whatever it is the person's saying. Okay, let's put that there. Okay, let's just see. Let's just see something. Stay with me, your environment. Let's just flow. Okay. Somebody showed in their actions that they didn't care anything about Jamal. Because Jamal had 2 chances to be a star. Or Miss Kelley did. Should be Malcolm though. But it could be both people feel that way. So the next card is this one. It was so she wanted to shackle him down, right? So she didn't ring his doorbell or anything like that, but she wanted to shackle him down as far as like the Judas podcast, right? Okay. She wanted to dream the biggest and the brightest by shackling him down. Because I feel he didn't need her. If anything, she might have needed him. So, it's it right here. If she is poor, let's say if she poor, you will be poor. If no one changes. So if she poor, she will be poor. If nothing changes in her life. So she's gambling too much. She need to be checked. You know what I mean? Next one is she wanted loyal out of Jamal. Or he wanted loyal out of her, however it's flowing. They dealing with some kind of colored rug, design rug. His house, her house, or wherever he stayed. A time was checked and mentioned some kind of way. And she moved on it fast like a gas guzzler. Or he did, as far as going way out of town, or her as far as something, right? So we have right here that he wanted to plan his vision, but she also wanted to plan hers. She is groggy, or he was, because he was going to tap into a precious occasion as far as going on that trip, but she also wanted to tap into a precious occasion as far as something she was doing that she made an appointment for. Could be that bereavement group or whatever it may be, or just coming to work for the podcast or whatever. So we have right here, where's your money? This is a money card where somebody asking for your money or touching your arm about the money or anything as far as money. Where's your money? Talking to you about money, anything about money. So he was a delight. So we falling into a trap. She might have been falling into a trap of insanity some kind of way. She wanted him to change some kind of way. Or he wanted her to. She might change her hair. If she wasn't going to go dancing, she was going to go somewhere to celebrate or just go somewhere in general. Opportunity struck and she is going to get ready. Because she blamed him for something, whatever it might be. Follow me? Okay. She was jealous. No more using me. She was jealous. She was using him. Okay, let's see. Because she stamped her name on him right here with this podcast. He didn't need her. He truly didn't. He wanted positive vibes and he stamped his name on it also for positive vibes, but where he is going to celebrate and both of them was going to celebrate, get money out the stash jar and celebrate, you know, having this podcast, it would be good, right? At one point, but some kind of way it went wrong, something was wrong, if she was saying it or not. Sometimes people don't say things out loud, they just be thinking it and you don't even know that something is wrong because they won't talk. We got simple. When people act simple and they won't talk. Okay, guidelines on pleasure by you or on you. So as far as like was guidelines on pleasure on her. So she didn't have some kind of way it was guidelines, no guidelines put on pleasure, her feelings or whatever I guess she felt like. She might felt like she didn't have enough control maybe or whatever this is. That's it. Okay, she is bruised, but she was still her inside. She wasn't going to conquer this. She might like fashion, but she couldn't control herself in her own skin. So we had Malcolm needed to get away from the haters and the snakes. So she wasn't laying down beside him. So I'm going to say sitting down beside him. Sitting down beside him was like her first crush. And that just means she liked sitting down beside him for the podcast. It was nice and everything. Well, she might have had a crush on him. Can I be real about it? Okay. But it was a tablespoon of char between her and Malcolm. She wanted to know that he really cared some kind of way. Because some kind of way of disagreement or whatever happened as far as business, whatever this is. So stepping out into the night light with a sage. So he is the Leo sign. So some kind of way, she might have been, oh, come on, I'm going to turn this down. I was like, that threw me off. That threw me really off. Let's see where I was going. Stepping out into the night light with a sage. she is wondering, did he really care about, I guess, her decisions and stuff like that? Maybe they did their podcast at night some kind of way. I just don't know. Or maybe they went to eat out, or this could be him, period, at the vacation. Let's just see from right now. Okay, she didn't want to settle for less. Or he didn't want to settle for less, and that would be cheating ways. And cheating ways in this storyline simply mean that she felt like she wasn't getting, he was more boisterous, and she wanted to be able to take charge a little bit more, or on his side, he needed her to put her share of money in, or whatever this is, or pay, or whatever's going on. Maybe some kind of way something wasn't equal, look like. So, it's coming out, wanted to be treated equal and fair. She wanted to be treated equal and fair. Okay, let's see. Okay, no more innocence. She is going to take charge. No more keeping her mouth shut, I guess. She is going to be competitive and able for her to gain. Okay, let's see. Okay, she looked at him as easy, the lone wolf. Or she might have felt she was the lone wolf, right? Just be noisy, I meant to say. Okay. She might have felt like he was using his muscle to control the podcast. Because he was a man. Something like that, maybe. Okay, her budget plummeted. Yeah. Okay. She thought she was better than him. Where she knew more than him or anything like that. Okay. Or she might want to use her muscle to control him. Because she might have felt like she knew more than him or anything like that. So, she chose herself. So we have, this is a depression place. So she did say she went to a bereavement place. This is a place, depression card. Depression is not meant for a lifetime, right? She chose herself. So she says she went to a bereavement place. So she wanted a second chance with him some kind of way. She wanted a partner, second chance. So she was marveling at a candlelight love as far as like maybe to sit down and do a podcast at night, second chance at it, or anything like that. Her budget plummeted, so something was wrong with money with her. Okay, so we have that she is living in intentions of a maid's life, look like here, and she wanted to be that flower. So she is feeling whatever city, you don't have to be Austin, but whatever city. So she wanted him to drive in her direction, where she'll be waiting to do this podcast, or he is waiting for her to drive in his direction. So if some kind of way she went to the vacation or whatever this is, let's just go for a little bit, where he's waiting for her to come do the podcast or whatever this is. So wearing certain kind of clothes, exaggerated things, but it don't excuse somebody bad behavior. It was time for her to be the conqueror. So she felt like he is a man, and he wearing certain kind of clothes, being a man and all. It don't matter. She is going to be the conqueror in this situation as far as work, maybe. So we have that. She wanted him to be accountable if he did something, or she was asking him, would he do something? Will he be accountable? Or he asked her, did she do something? Or he wanted her to be accountable for something if she did something or didn't or whatever. You know you did it now. Face it. So some kind of way, he might have asked her something and he wanted her to admit it. Or her, him, let's see. In the back of her mind, she's thinking about God, or in the back of his mind. So we got right here, one more time, she is going to be in trouble with him. There's going to be some talking about it. So a friend will let you take the blame. So some kind of way she's going to let him take the blame for something, or have him have some problems. Or he actually was talking to her about something he's blaming her for. Well, let's see. It's amazing what happened to me. So some kind of way, she might have told people about something happened to her that day, some kind of disagreement, or something happened between these two here. Or she just told him, prayed about her going to a bereavement group, because that's what she said. She went to a bereavement group, so she might have been telling him about that. It's amazing what happened to me. And she is talking about that bereavement group, she said, for like 3 days, 4 days or whatever. And then she ain't talked to him after that. And then the next day he died or something like that, she said. Okay? She chose to believe what fits her life. Right? So we have right here that I miss you, kiss you, and desire you. So this would be her card to him. She miss him, kiss him, and desire him. So we're going to just turn it around as far as business partners. Right? Unless she had a crush on him. Right? She is going to get her mind settled to explore the unknown in love. Because he wasn't going to be here any longer. Right? He wasn't going to be working with her any longer. Or he just wasn't going to be here. Right? But he saw that she had some backyard ways of thinking, didn't want to come up to today's time. Or she felt he was like that, where she couldn't get him to agree to what she wanted or anything like that. Or he saw something about her. And he saw it now, whatever it was to see. Okay? So, I don't see any killing cards for her no kind of way, but there was some kind of problem, seemed like, with them. Money. They say, money seemed like he had money. So it was on her part with the money. She felt that she was more experienced than he was. She's better than him. And more experienced than him. So let's see, we need a little bit more. Just a little bit. Okay, universe. Okay, let's see. Okay, I hear 15. So let me take 15. 1. Oh, that's 2 of them. Okay. My stomach growling. I'm so sorry. 4. 5. Okay. She might have had a crush on him, something like this. Nothing like he might. Look like. You don't know if people can have a crush on you. You don't know if you're married or not. People can have a crush on you now. They got nothing to do with you being married. As long as they don't act on it, you know. Okay. Okay. Okay, she felt she did well in a situation, whatever it was. So we got 103, March 1st, October the 3rd, just the 13th of the month, or just 103 or 301. She felt she did good though. That's not his card. Something was forced as far as him, because his life was taken away. So we got 1373. You can turn it around, part of anything from license, door number, phone number. It could be part of anything, social, lottery, whatever. So it said grandma saw what happened to me and she did nothing, so I'm going to change it around. Somebody saw what happened to Malcolm and they did nothing. Follow me, it don't have to be a grandma, okay? So somebody looked at Malcolm as weak back or tried to make him that way, okay? Because he is going to change and chance it all in a situation. So we have right here that Malcolm was mellow and somebody else was anxious. Follow me? So evidence shows that she is going to keep picking herself off the floor some kind of way if she didn't change up a situation. So she is acting like it was love with Malcolm, but she's going to be paying for her actions or somebody toward Malcolm, right? So we have adapting to your neighbor. So she was adapting to her neighbors, and that would be Malcolm, her co-worker. She was adapting to his wants, right? And hers was falling by the wayside. Follow me? She might let him do a lot of talking and deciding. So it says she is crooked. Follow me? So she had to have a mindset of a Libra, or she wanted that balanced. And they was business-minded people, both of them. So covers was covering up and curtains was covering up the problems they had. And she decided she wanted to clap back, or she might just kept it in her mind and didn't clap back. You know how people have thoughts and feelings, but they won't tell you. They just keep it inside, or you find out something later on. They spring something on you or whatever. So we have right here, can we be friends? So she was going to manifest her own desires. Can we be friends is a card where you can't be friends no more, though. That's the thing about that card. So let's just flow on. Can we be friends? Can we get along? Can we agree? Can we come on, get to this, to a decision where both of us decide on the same thing or whatever this is? She is coping with a disaster. And markers show that she is coping with a disaster because if she could achieve it, it was hers. So she wanted to achieve it because she was looking at, she was windfall focused by this happening to Malcolm. That was a disaster, but she was windfall focused. If she could achieve it, yeah, as far as if she couldn't achieve it, it wasn't coming for her, a windfall, right? But if she could achieve it, she is going to get a windfall. So we have right here, she is in her emotions during point time because she might have felt like Malcolm treated her like trash or didn't value her opinions or whatever, where she is on a ledge about things. Okay? But it was a senseless act committed, and she gonna boo-hoo. Or she felt he was. Some information was gonna motivate her. Follow me? So we have that. No longer will she be silent. So she decided she wasn't gonna be silent. So we have right here, maybe a contract or whatever this is, where he needed to look at 3 times at least before signing, or her, or both of them, because something is overlooked, okay, or something is on camera. So she was blinded by the love of Malcolm, where she liked him as a friend, as a lover, or whatever's going on here, as a crush, or whatever's going on here, as a work partner, or whatever. It grew fast when she got along with him. She is blinded. So later on in the summer, she is going to be catering to Malcolm, or he was to her. Follow me? So no way, she decided, because something went to the extreme. I don't know what happened, right? She was going to be sharing and talking and telling in a support group. So we got another support group for her. And she did say she went to bereavement. So her talking in bereavement makes no sense, because if nobody died, she shouldn't have been in bereavement no kind of way, you know. So dealing with chronicle, is it my race? So we're going to take it as she thought she was better than him, because they're the same color, as far as I know of. She might have thought she had more talent than him, skills. She looked at him as a wanderer. She wanted sensitivity from him, right? For sure, it says right here, she's going to be confident in it. Follow me? She wanted him to bring an emotional love she felt she needed, because it was intense madness some kind of way. In her mind, if she ain't say it out to him, it was in her mind. So some kind of way she went, wherever she went at, support groups or wherever she went at, some kind of way. Okay. If you change your identity, it won't work with your twin. So some kind of way she clashed with him. Like I said, she ain't say it to him. It was in her mind. She is the common denominator in this thing. So we have right here that it was a secret that Malcolm could have told as far as her. Follow me? She is going to go ahead and begin. Follow me? So she might have wanted justice for sure against Malcolm herself, or it's going to be some kind of justice for sure for Malcolm. Follow me? So we have she might have felt like Malcolm was tearing down her emotions, not intentionally, but sometimes people, you don't even know something affecting somebody, especially if they don't tell you. She might felt like he needed to filter his ways, or maybe she is that way toward him. I don't know. So she is nervous around a pyramid of people, at least 3, maybe at that group she said she went to, because it was an honorable time and date set some kind of way, where she went to this group she went to, support group, wherever she went. Or this could actually be Malcolm right here, where he went to the vacation, and some kind of way he was around 3 people at least who needed to filter their ways and stop tearing down his emotions and wanted justice against him for sure. So we have, because she did not like his ways, right? Or somebody didn't like Malcolm ways, right? If somebody met him at the vacation spot, or she didn't like Malcolm ways, right? Because, yeah. So we got 2 men like disagreeing with each other. That's it. Yeah. So we have, if she don't get high, she is anxious, nervous, overwhelmed, anything like that. If not getting high or not drunk, overwhelmed, nervous, things like that with this card. She need to get her cell phone for help though. Okay. She is wondering, did he ever care about her or need her, or was she just a placement? Follow me? She had somber pain, and that's a sure thing. So something is on her skin or on his skin, whatever it may be. She had deep feelings inside. So she was like the sign of Virgo, and she is going to go have some fun. She need to stop lying to herself as far as the podcast or in her mind, unless she had a crush on him or whatever this is. So why? I mean, why did I'm sorry, I'm saying it wrong. Okay, her mother wasn't emotionally available for her at the time she needed her mother, or something like that, as far as her mother. And deep down love, or just wasn't there for her emotionally whenever in her life. Or with Malcolm, his mother wasn't emotionally available for him at the time when he needed his mother, when this was happening to him. So we have right here that she didn't have romance in a while. some kind of way, or he didn't want him. Jealous. Or we take it away from romance. She didn't have care in a while, or he didn't have care. Probably from the mother, though. From the mother. She might didn't have it from her own mother. Or was it romance? Okay. So we have that. She needed to embrace her growth. So she might have I don't know if she knows Malcolm's wife or not. Let's see something. Maybe she did some kind of journaling, journaling about things that was going on. Maybe something was going on with a father of hers, a stepfather of hers, a friend of hers, or anything like that, or somebody's kids. So let's see what this is. She is going to take a detour from a person, from a place, or from a thing, or from issues in her life. Follow me? She is going to be checking her mail regularly as far as something. So somebody might have heart problems. Her, Malcolm, her father, her mother, or somebody. Or somebody is going to jail, 15 to 20 years, 2 to 5 years, or whatever this is, some kind of way. So she was going to play her part and be a lion to her cub. So we're going to take Malcolm was going to be a lion and he was going to have love like a lion to his cub, his little girl, and he's going to play his part with his wife and his child. So somebody was in a car and it was negative, whoever it was, everybody in it was bad news, as far as Malcolm, that is, right? Okay, a friend has been spreading lies about Malcolm. Follow me? It was pros and cons, and Malcolm didn't want any smoke. Follow me? So we have right here, Malcolm was meant for greatness. I am meant for greatness. He wasn't going to allow himself to be molded no longer by anybody. So he was taking something to court some kind of way. Property or anything as far as going to court for a hearing or anything like that. So he was around a central place with glass doors, the hotel, the job, or wherever he was, someplace, even down to the courthouse. He needed to be alert of hot spots. Okay. So we have right here that something was brought and it was chinchy, perfume, cologne, anything, whatever it was from the store, something store brought was chinchy, cheap. Are you married? So a woman on the side. So this lady, Miss Kelley, she is a lady on the side as far as being a partner in work. Right? So that you like your lady on the side because you spending time with somebody else's husband, so because you're a co-worker. So she's considered a lady on the side, a co-worker. Right? Are you married? Yes, he's married. Like this lady had a crush out. So we have right here that what's your number? She might want his number, wanted him to accept her number or anything like that. So, seasonal compartment. So, something was seasonal. Something was seasonal, dealing with something seasonal, the podcast or whatever was seasonal, a job or whatever it might have been, and something was put in a compartment. Okay, well, she was dealing with some kind of compartment or whatever it is, so. I want to know, Lord, does she know that this was going to happen to Malcolm? Because, bereavement is different than going to a group when you just got a problem with your mother or with your father. Bereavement is when somebody actually dies. So going to any kind of bereavement, anything during the time of this, it don't look good. So I want to clear her, Lord. I want her cleared if she had nothing to do with anything. Okay, gives me 20 cards, and I'm gonna look at it a certain way. So far, I don't see no death cards, right? So she looking good so far as that. I just need to see for sure though. Will give me 20 cards. Was Miss Kelley clear? Did she have anything to do with Malcolm's death? Okay, let's see. Okay, she clear. She clear. Was she involved any kind of way with Malcolm's death? She had her own share of problems she had with Malcolm. What's going on there, but did she have anything to do with Malcolm's death? I got the substitute here. She might want it to be a substitute because I feel she had a crush on him. So around right here. Okay, let's just flow. Ain't nothing wrong with a crush as long as you don't act on it. As long as you don't act on it. He was a handsome young man, but he was married. So that means the person is off limits. Off limits. Okay, so let's just flow here. I like Malcolm. I really like Malcolm. Very formative person. I like him speaking though. Okay, so 10 cards, universe 10. 20 cards, one mistake. I'll go over 20 if the last card don't end right. I will have to go over. There's some information that she is going to get to show a lack of love. That she had a lack of love for Malcolm or she felt he had for her. Okay, that's just flow. So we dealing with, she captured something as far as her aunt. Let's see. I don't know what that is. She might be dealing with her aunt or whoever. We're dealing with a female. She captured something. She was angry. Okay, you're a real sister. She was dealing with some sister of hers, or maybe he looked at her as like a sister or whatever. No, let's just say, or something with her own sister, whatever this is. So, somebody is stocky. Maybe she's keeping track of the calendar for something, so. Something was the icing on the cake. She dealt with something that was the icing on the cake. Because the podcast was a bleep. So we have, she's going to W2O, weather the opportunity, because she wanted to jet set. She's going to weather the opportunity because she's seeing something in slow motion. Her eyes was watery, or Malcolm did. Okay, let's see. Don't you know about it? Bear with me, they noisy. She's going to be fearless. Like that, that's his card. He is going to be fearless and he is talking to God. Universe, speak to me. Or this could be her card also. Let's just say she need to eat some healthy foods, him and her, right? She's going to place a stone on a bench and make a wish because she wanted to manifest her desires, whatever that might have been. So she is dealing with the big boys, and she is an antelope to the big boys. The big boys are any man in charge, whoever he may be. But Malcolm also was dealing with big boys, people who wanted him to close his mouth. And she was dealing with him also. Somebody who controlled. Okay. The big boys wanted justice, whoever they are. And she had to think out of the box. Or Malcolm had to think out of the box. Okay, that's it. It was horrifying. Because she is trying to distinguish things, or Malcolm was, let's see. Okay. So we have right here that gives you no right to hurt other people because of your pain. So some kind of way she might have went through something with her family member where she was mistreated some kind of way. As far as verbally, physically, or however. Or Malcolm went through something he went through and she felt like it gave him no right to talk to her a certain kind of way or treat her a certain kind of way, or she just dealing with a man she know in general or a family member. Okay, let's just look a little bit. So we have right here, spilling it will only help. So she went to some group or whatever, do some talking when she was talking to Malcolm. So she had to take the reins and run with it and do the garden herself or Malcolm. So she is living a cookie cutter of a life or Malcolm. She is going to spring into her best situation, right? Whoa, just a minute. Okay, let's see if we get like a 5 more maybe. I think is this let me see how many you said. Okay. Next one is the reason I love you gonna show. So some kind of way the reason she loved Malcolm was gonna show. She was gonna show him that she loved him or cared about him some kind of way, or she felt she was showing it already and he wasn't even looking at it as that, as such, maybe, or whatever this is. Okay, maybe she was wondering, was her father her real father, or was something about her father? Okay, she wanted Malcolm to be soft and sensitive to her, but maybe with Malcolm, maybe he was controlling the podcast like a father, or like he is her boss, maybe, I don't know, unless it's her real father we're dealing with. She heard something before he might want her to think about, or she wanted him to think about. She wanted tenderness and no more watering things down, because she sees something now, whatever it was to see, and she wanted to know what was next, or Malcolm wanted to know what was next. He saw something about her. So we have it again, saw. You saw him go in somebody's house or somebody's car. Okay, step there. Okay, we got, okay, let's see. He did it. Said it or stole it. Somebody lied. So somebody lied on her, or somebody lied on Malcolm. Somebody stole something, or somebody committed a crime. So either, what is it? She saw somebody go in. when Malcolm called, Malcolm House in the building, or whatever this is. They say tell the mom. Let's just see something. Let me see, I need to get some more. So we have a friend may ask for your car. We got a call back to back 2 times. So somebody might ask could they get in the car with Malcolm, to use his car or ride with him or anything like that, or they wanted to ride with him, or was she in the car with him? I don't know. So let's just see. Or somebody might ask to get in her car, borrow her car, whatever this is. If the shoe fits, she got wet. Did she play a part in what happened with Malcolm? Did she play a part any kind of way? Because it was a job offer for her. And that was her going to the bereavement group, a job period that she had, or Malcolm going on a vacation. That's considered a job offer. She didn't want to be a substitute. She was interested in balance, or some kind of way she felt she wasn't balanced. Well, she wasn't getting everything she needed. She didn't want to be no substitute as far as like being second to Malcolm or whatever this is. She needed more sleep to become more energetic. Something was in the drawer, whatever it might have been, or in her pocket. Malcolm need not overtalk with her, or she need not overtalk in the situation. So we have that. Limits was sky high for her. We dealing with a Monday, Saturday, or whatever day of the week. I went over 20. So we have that. She had anxiety. He might have said something was her fault, or she felt like something was her fault, or anything like that. The in-laws sometimes cause drama. People at work, friends in general, or whoever this is, somebody cause some kind of drama. But she should not fall for the bait, or Malcolm, because she recognized that Malcolm is hers as far as a partner, as far as in business. Well, she had a crush. Her and him live in an upscale area, racist area, or political area. So we have that. She is going to go get her feelings, because it was her feelings, whatever feelings she felt she had. Because it was war games, and it was like a pendulum. She felt like she was dwelling on somebody who she felt was half bad, half good, like the Gemini, or like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, or just however they was, right? Or she was the Gemini. So she's going to open up something, and it was going to be juicy, because she was looking for the mail, keeping track of the mail, or any kind of paperwork. But something was going to be juicy, something to drink, the car door, mail, or whatever it was, because the family going to get the truth of the story otherwise, right? So we have right here that Malcolm in the spirit, loved one in the spirit. She wasn't going to hold herself hostage to Malcolm being in the spirit. She want to keep living, because she want to feel her or adventure herself and get her copyright, whatever she want for her podcast or whatever this is, because she's looking at what was making her lose money, right? And the podcast was making her lose money. I don't know, maybe she wasn't getting enough money, because it seemed like she wasn't doing her share as far as money, because he had money. She was looking at what was superficial. So I don't really see no death cards where she actually did anything to him. That's what I was trying to find out. But it was some problems there, for sure. So she was dealing with the big boy, somebody over top of her and him. Or whatever was going on there. She had some kind of money problems, look like. So yeah, she wanted equal and she wanted fair in this situation. So I don't see, so feel like she cleared, because I just wanted to know, because about her going to bereavement, that didn't even add up right to me. So yeah, I don't see anything so far. All the cards are put down. No killing cards or nothing as far as her. She was dealing with the big boys though, whoever they were. right? So let's just say this one is what? You know what I mean? It was harvest time for her. We'll take 5. It's harvest time. So we have right here that end of September. It was a chokehold, some stop or something was put on something of hers or her and Malcolm's. End of September. A stall, a delay, a put off, a loving in secret. I'm not a slut. So right here with this loving in secret card, some kind of way, she might have had a crush on Malcolm. And a loving in secret just mean it was inside her mind. Right? And he not a slut because he's not going to be cheating on his wife with her. Right? Or just her thinking in her own mind she don't want to be second fiddle. Right? A lady on the side, you know. It is vital, but she might feel like he won't talk. As far as if she was to say something to him like that, she got a crushing on. Or she just won't talk her own self. It's vital that she talk to him and tell him she got a crush, but, you know, she won't say it out and open her mouth and say it because she had a lot of feelings right here she wanted to express. I did get the 5, didn't I? Yeah. So we got number 12, number 3. So refused to leave the neighborhood. So she didn't decide to leave the podcast, or she refused to leave the podcast even though she might have a crush on him, look like him. Keeping to herself. She refused to leave the neighborhood. The neighborhood is the podcast. Okay? So she looked at it as family, or looked at him as family, looked at him as a friend, or anything like that. Okay, so I don't see any death cards for it. I needed to clear that up because she went to some kind of bereavement and I thought that was strange. I needed to clear her up. Because I like Malcolm, so I needed to clear that up and make sure this lady who was his work partner, where was she coming from here? Okay, so looks like she in the clear as far as I can see. No death cards came out, so I'm going to put her in the clear to rule her out, right? So this is the Breast Love 1 Healer Tarot 9 here on YouTube. The storyline reading for Miss Candace Kelley, the name is, the podcast co-host of his, right? So I wanted to rule her out to make sure that she didn't have anything to do with anything that happened to Jamal. So, and it looks like she didn't, so she did have some kind of problems with him, but it wasn't nothing to that extreme, okay? So, this is the Breast Love 1. Peace.